Look, we're not just gonna help secure Ukraine's border from the Russian military until we secure our seemingly open border with our friendly trading partner, Mexico. Okay, fine. So let's just hash out a bipartisan border security Ukraine spending package in the Senate, and then we'll send it over to the House for you to pass so we can close our border, okay? Great. But you're going to have to be under the supervision of a very Trump-endorsed Republican senator who Trump recently called very tough on the border. Fine. Okay then, get her done. Fine, we will. Okay, so we came up with the bipartisan border security Ukraine spending package that you asked for. Oh shit, really? Biden is ready to sign it and the union that represents the U.S. Border Patrol has already endorsed it. Great. You guys actually came up with something? So what do you think, GOP? Only $118 billion, and that gets us to 0 illegal crossings a day, 0 possibility of amnesty, and it adds 3,000 border and asylum agents just for starters. Not to mention another $60 billion for, heading off World War III in Ukraine. We didn't think you were serious. This is Congress. Of course we were serious. The border is a serious problem that the American people seriously need and expect to be resolved. Yes, this is the GOP. Hey, it's me. Look, I don't want you to resolve that border Ukraine thing with the Senate that I haven't read and will not read because I've already decided by myself that I'd much rather run on the chaos of the so-called open border than running on you guys closing it. Well, Mr. Current President, that's a great plan and all, but we've been saying all this time that we wanted to close the open border. Sure, but if we did that, it wouldn't be just a win for you, the American people, and the migrants themselves. It would also be a win for crooked Joe Biden. And for me, that would be no bueno. Capiche? You see what I did there? No bueno. That's Mexican for motion to vacate. Sure thing, got it, boss. Consider it DOA. DOA. Like, done with my ultimate authority? Yes, done on your ultimate authority, Mr. Current President. Okay, thank you, everybody. So, what do you think of it? Pretty great, right? How it's still so harsh to our fellow human beings? Well, we're actually not going to be voting on it now. What? Well, when are you going to vote on it? Well, never. We're just going to let it die. But you said it was a crisis. What about all the fentanyl, all the guns, all the brown people? What about World War III? Why are you doing this? Well, it's not because Trump told us to or anything like that. It's actually because we don't like the war in Ukraine. What? You guys supported the war in Afghanistan for 20 freaking years and spent nearly $2.5 trillion. Okay, true, but in Afghanistan, we were killing brown people. We like that kind of war. This war in Ukraine is killing white people on both sides. We don't like that kind of war at all. Honestly, we're not even sure if today's GOP would have voted to help the English fight the Germans. Plus, we're fairly certain that President Biden is using the war in Ukraine for laundering Chinese money from his naked, drug-addicted son somehow. That sounds weird. Do you guys have any proof of that? Well, not specifically, no. But if we can get ourselves reelected by keeping the border open, we can then look into both of these very important issues again sometime in early 2025. But what about all the chaos happening at the Texas border right now? Look, those Texans are tough. And most of the migrants are small and hungry. Plus, they all have semi-automatic weapons. They'll be fine. But what about the migrants and the U.S. citizens who live and work there? The Republican Party will make America great again. But just for Americans this time. And we'll get all this done for y'all just as soon as we win this election for Donald Trump.